All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Friday afternoon, man. Another edition of the KFTV lunchtime live stream. CP the franchise on the Solo Dolo. On today's show, we're back into our season review series, man. Yesterday we talked Josh Hart. Tonight we are going to talk about the play of one Deuce McBride, man. The Deuce was loose this season, and we're going to talk about it, man. You know, Brunson got a lot of the coverage for the team this year, but I really want to go do deep dives on the Knicks' unsung heroes of this season. And Deuce McBride certainly deserves his flowers today. So lock in, hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. We are also going to do our one of two franchise channel member giveaways as well at the end of this show. So make sure that you guys, especially you franchise channel members, are tuning in and watching till the end of the show, because somebody's going to go home with a lucky prize, man. So let's lock in. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you, boy. CP the franchise here on the Solo Dolo. Salute to everybody rocking with us on the Lunchtime Live. Go ahead and throw a hashtag grind in the chat. I see the Rhyme Animal Chuck D's in here with me, man. Says, let's go. Deuce definitely stepped up. He was getting further schooled by TJ McConnell, but it taught him something good, in my opinion. Definitely agree with that. I see Steven Gomez checking in from the 305. Eric Ward, Junior Karoma always in here. Gary Riker, salute. Brandon Lee, Muhammad Mustafa. So all the franchise channel members are in here. The Shells checking in from the West Coast. Salute to KFTV Jalen, for sure. West Coast, East Coast, he's everywhere, man. That's our young guy getting it popping. Andrew 883 checking in from the UK. Salute to Andrew, man. Good to see you in here. Salute to all of our friends from across the pond. You guys can watch on a Friday evening as you get your happy hour on and get into your weekend, man. Shout out Rolando Perdomo, Brandon Lee. Salute, salute. You got the Mavericks punching their ticket to the NBA Finals. So you got Mavericks and Celtics going on next week. I'm actually going to be looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to watching that series and seeing how things unfold there. Definitely looking forward to watching that series for sure. Okay, so let's get into it, man. Miles McBride, guys. I mean, shout out to Deuce because he had a tremendous season. Averaged 8 points this season on 45% shooting from the field, 41% from three with an effective field goal percentage of 57%, man. Great job by Deuce McBride, sporting a player efficiency rating of 13.1 this season. And shout out to Deuce because, I mean, if we just start from expectation versus reality, starting the season and going through, I mean, this is why I titled this show on the caption of YouTube, The Last Man Standing. I titled this one, The Last Man Standing for Deuce McBride, because who would have thought when we talked about the Knicks' young core, and it was RJ, it was Quick, then it was Grimes, it was Obi. Who would have thought that Deuce McBride would have been the last man standing here? Because going into the season, when we talked about our expectations, I mean, it was situational for Deuce, right? In the point guard rotation, it was Brunson and IQ. Two guard rotation, you had RJ was in there, Dante, Grimes was there, Dante. You had RJ there, obviously IQ. So Deuce is buried there. I mean, Deuce McBride spent time in the G League this year. Don't forget that. Deuce McBride played 2 games in the G League this year. So you just never know, man. I mean, you look at this, the month of November alone, 4 minutes, 9 minutes, 2 minutes, DMP, 1.5 minutes. This is garbage time. 3 minutes, 1 minute, 43 seconds, situational as it comes. He was not even a factor in this thing. Spent two games in the G League around that time in November. So, you know, give credit, man, because he stuck through it, riding the G League, DMPs, garbage time, but still delivering when his number was called. And that was, one of the key things for me with Deuce McBride that I always liked about him, regardless of how much he was going to contribute, he was going to be ready when his number was called. That was always a great trait that he had, even as a rookie, and he's continued to display that going on. Let's go back to this soundbite from our old friend Mark Berman. And Berman's turned into, he went on to South Florida and hit the pickleball courts, but he's turned into back into his hating ways. He's always throwing lobs, throwing grenades over the fence. But here was Berman on how Tibbs and the organization felt about McBride. This is from Knicks Weekly, December 20th, 2021. Here was Berman. Here's what he had to say.
And that's where Miles McBride, listen, Thibodeau urged the brass to draft him, and they didn't draft him in the first round. They waited. They finally got him in the second round. But maybe, listen, if this season is looking like, we're not going to be a top 4 team, so maybe we should be a little more experimental and see what Miles McBride can do with Grimes and play the younger guys and see if he could win that way. Miles is a terrific defender, and Thibodeau loves the fact that he picks up his man before half court and is harassing him the whole time. Tremendous energy. He played the whole 24-minute second half. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point when everyone's healthy, Miles McBride inherits the starting point guard job and Derrick Rose comes off the bench. All
right, so that was Berman on McBride. This is a couple of years ago, man, 2021. That was Berman on McBride. And he did get some opportunities at the point guard spot during that time, especially when the Knicks were severely shorthanded. But he kept battling through it. He kept persevering. And then you go into this season now, as I said, no expectations from McBride, at least from me, going into this thing, because both guard spots were so cluttered. But then you have the trade. Then you have the blockbuster trade of R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley in getting OG Anunoby here. And that happened at the end of December, going into the new year. The Knicks then had a big hole on their bench. And at the same time, the next move they made, they re-signed Miles McBride to a contract extension, 3 years, $13 million. $13 million. I mean, let's take a look at the annual salary here. 4.7 next year. 4.3, 25, 26, and then 3.9. It's actually de-escalating. Or decelerating, rather. Through the years. Another one that the Knicks got. Just like the Brunson one. So that was a big decision there by Leon Rose. Good decision there by Leon Rose. And McBride from that point really started to take off. I mean, I talked about the November where he was a non-factor. And then he comes in December and he starts to deliver. And one of the biggest things for McBride, for me, was his shooting numbers. Because that, to me, was going to be the thing that was going to keep him in consistent playing time. I mean, look at this. From last year, shot 31% from 3 last year. Went up to 41 this year. A 10-point jump. A 10-point jump in a year. Look at his effective field goal percentage in a year. 12 points. 56%. Even he's finishing at the rim. You know, the frequency numbers at the rim were just about the same. But he finished 9 points better. 9 percentage points better. So, again, great job by him just staying with it. And the shooting numbers started to jump. But then, here comes the trade. February 22nd, they trade for Burks and Bogdanovich. There's questions, at that point when they made the deal. I didn't think that the Knicks was necessarily trusting McBride to run that second unit, so they wanted to bring in some veteran presence, especially in Burks. Tibbs gave Burks the opportunity to take the job. He flopped, put him in the trunk, all of that. We'll take it. And then McBride went on a tear. Look at this right here. First off, look at everything here, but look at this right here. This was McBride's minutes from this February 10th all the way to the end of the season. It's a mountain. He went from the eighth man to, we can't have this guy sit out. Look at the minutes. This is an uphill climb. We cannot have this guy sit out. He's vital for us right now. And three-point percentage went up over that time, a little bit over season average. He started to climb up. You saw his assist percentage climb up as well. That was another strength I thought we saw in McBride, was not just his shooting had improved. Well, we saw some good playmaking chops from McBride as well. I thought we saw someone who was more patient in his offense. Did a good job creating separation, much better than in previous years. And executing in the mid-range, man. The mid-range jumper was hitting too. The mid-range jumper for McBride was hitting. So that was a good job by him. His long mid-range numbers jumped 10 points between last year and this year. Long middies. Little stop and pop action. So in March, he really became a critical piece to this team in terms of getting the 2 seed and finishing the season on a high note. Look at the numbers in March. This was his best stretch of the season. Best stretch of the season. And I'm showing it on Basketball Reference. Numbers are a little small, but I'll read it to you. 35 minutes per game, 35.5 minutes per game, 13.9 points per game, shot 44.6, say 45% from three. 45% from three. He had a true shooting percentage of 63%. What a March for Deuce McBride. Hell of a month for him. Don't sleep on that. He started 8 games in the month of March. Remember the game against Golden State? He's chasing Steph Curry around for 46 minutes. So he started 8 games, played in 14, and shot a true shooting percentage of 63%. Talk about step up. And then I thought he carried a good momentum into that Philly series. He really did. I mean, that Philly series, he was vital, man. He made some vital plays out there. Shot the ball well. He's chasing Maxey down on the defensive end. I thought he had some good moments against Maxey, and that's all you're looking for. Maxey's a superstar or superstar on the cusp. And so all you're looking for is a guy to kind of impede his progress, slow down his pace, slow down the tempo. I thought Deuce had some really high spots against Maxey in that series. And then shooting-wise, he was really good. This is in the playoffs. So that was great to see, man. That was really great to see. You know, the way he was able to perform against the Sixers in the crunch time of the playoffs. 8 points per game, 41% from downtown against Philly. Shrive in the chat, game 1 against Philly, Deuce points and defense was crucial. Absolutely agree with you. Definitely agree. Definitely agree. So to everybody in the chat once again, hit that thumbs up button for your boy. I'm just texting. We got Kmart coming on the NBA report. 12:45. You're going to move the show to 12:45. It's running a little bit behind today. Kenyon Martin coming through on the NBA report. We will preview the NBA Finals matchup between the Mavs and the Celtics after this. So make sure you guys follow us over there after this game. So to all of our franchise channel members, giveaway is on the way. So Deuce was vital, man. And here was Tibbs. This was back in the March stretch where Deuce really stepped it up. Here was Tibbs on what McBride brought to the game.
On Miles' shooting. I mean, we've talked a lot about it, but how much has it improved?
Yeah, and I think I mentioned this to you guys before. The thing, like, we track all the shots, and last year his efficiency in practice was really high, and he shoots. I don't know if there's anyone on the team who shoots more than he does. Maybe Jalen. But you could see that the way how efficiently he was shooting the ball in practice, and usually that's a sign that in time it'll transfer to the games. And he really, in fairness to him, he was never really in the rotation. He, like sometimes he would be in, then he'd be out, and it's not easy to handle that. But he never complained, always ready. There's a defensive component to him. So you can count he's a two-way player, and the shooting is just huge.
That was in March when Deuce was cooking. And so, Tibbs spoke very highly of him. And he talked about some of those key words. The shooting progressed in practice. He saw that and felt like it could translate into the games. He stays ready, even when he was out of the rotation, stayed ready. Two-way player. This is a Tibbs guy through and through. He bought into the culture and played tough, stood strong. Hey, he didn't play as well in the Pacers series. It is what it is. But by and large, Deuce had a fantastic season. Absolutely fantastic season. So that was Tibbs. And then here was McBride. Here was McBride's reaction to the Tibbs comments back in March. Here we go.
This summer, just like, what was your experience been with him as a head coach?
Man, he's believed in me.
Hang on, let me get this a little louder. Some of the stuff is the audio's a little low. SNY, man, we got to get SNY some better mics. All right, here was McBride on the Tibbs compliments, courtesy of SNY. Here we go.
Tibbs is obviously up for an extension this summer. Just like, what was your experience been with him as a head coach?
Man, he's believed in me from the start. Obviously, in my first 2 years, I didn't play as much, but he told me to stay patient, keep working, and it will show. And so, like other guys feel, I think he's built a great foundation for us, and I think moving forward, obviously that's up to management, up to I don't make those decisions, so. I'm going to leave it at that.
All right, that was McBride on Tibbs and the job that he's done. And you got to give the organization a lot of credit, man. This McBride story this year was another developmental win for the Knicks. They had him in the G League. He put him in situations where he felt like he could succeed. A lot of times it was situational, coming to the game, couple seconds left in the first half. Come get a stop, jump into the game, pick this guy up full court, change the tone a little bit. They're going to give it to you, catch it in the corner. Let's get some knockdown threes, catch and shoots, see how he handles situations. And it was up and down. It was a mixed bag. Last year he had, or was it 2 years ago, he had that game in against the Houston Rockets where he kind of felt like he arrived. He had a couple of moments over the years, but nothing consistent, was never really able to string it together. But as soon as he got that opportunity, once the trade of RJ and Quick went down, things really started to improve for him. And give him credit because he really never looked back. So great job there by McBride. And then, as far as next season, what do you think in terms of McBride? Well, is he a front runner for the Knicks backup point job? Do they still go out there and try to get a veteran, maybe with the mid-level or via trade? There's talks now. Draft Express is saying that the Knicks may be looking to package up their 24th and 25th picks in the draft. What do? Are they going to punt? Or are they going to use it this year? We'll have to wait and see. Let me just confirm it's the 24th and 25th picks. Yeah, they got 24 and 25. Back to back. But I got to think that, he's got an inside track at the backup job, and at the very least, he's the backup starting. He's a backup two guard going into the next season, which is a good spot for him. He goes from being situational this year to having a guaranteed spot. He's a 6th, 7th man on the team now at $4 million a year. So talk about a steal and talk about a win. If you guys want to get a quick call in, call me up 657-383-1509, or you can catch me on the KFTV Discord. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to all of my lunchtime grind people in the chat. I see Ty Clemens. Ty Clemens on the Facebook says, what's good, CP? Still at work under the desk saying, let's talk Knicks. So that was Ty Clemens that called it yesterday. Bernie De Jesus on the Facebook says, Deuce is a steal at that price. Absolutely. He stepped up this year immensely, and he may even get better. He's proven he can start if needed. True story. $5 super chat from the Rhyme Animal Chuck D says, the MSG and the Philly crowd going Deuce. Caught all outsiders by surprise. This play also was distinct and loud. No question about it. Yep. Was in Philly for game 4. Leading the Deuce chants. Every time he shot the rock. And he had a big fourth in that game, too, in game 4. Deuce had a big fourth, a big game overall. So great job there. Let me see who else we got here. Rhyme Animal Chuck D, $20 super chat. Says definitely a hero squad all year. Greats. Salute shows a KFTV summer. Yeah. Well, we definitely want to go back and do some of these look backs and deep dives on some of the Knicks role players for sure. Who should we do next? Who should we profile on Monday? Let me know your thoughts, and we could definitely put a show together. As I said, Kmart coming up on the NBA report. Make sure you guys are over there. Make sure you guys are tapping in on the NBA report. Me, Kmart, and my guy Combo, Andrew Salop on the 1s and 2s. And we're going to be talking NBA Finals. We're going to be talking NBA Finals, man. Absolutely. So there that is. I'm just putting it up there on the Summer Jam screen. Franchise, Kmart, let's go. NBA report. JJ, what's good? Above the rim, all earned. Absolutely. DJ Curvin Mark says Deuce is a backup too. Knicks need a dependable backup floor general. I agree with you 100%. And that really goes back to my thoughts on DeJounte Murray yesterday. And if you missed that, go ahead and watch the episode where we profile Josh Hart. Kind of all plays into that, man. Bees Noriega, salute to Bees, man. Had an opportunity to meet Bees this year at the watch party, KFTV watch party. Says he earned a spot. Yep, absolutely. King Matthews in here. Salute to King Matthews. For sure, man. King Matthews. He got, what did King Matthews just order? I sent you some merch the other day, I think. I think you got the playoff pack and the stickers. So salute to King Matthews. If you guys haven't gotten your playoff merch, hey, it is still time, man. You can still go to shop.KnicksFanTV.com and get your limited edition merch, man. This was a great rollout that we had this year. Best rollout yet. And the best is yet to come, man. Got the New York versus the World t-shirts. Got them in white, black. Take your pick, man. Great job there. Okay, who else we got? Thrill 'em Guns, $5 super chat says, salute CP. Deuce is continuing to improve, becoming a lethal scoring weapon. We still need to pick up a playmaker to help JB. I agree with you 100%. That has to be one of the priorities this year, whether draft, free agency, or via trade. We got to get that done. Definitely got to get that done. You know, it was a hole that was left with the IQ trade, but just got to keep it pushing, man. You know, you can't fix everything when you make trades. Got to go back and replenish what you've lost and shore up your weaknesses. The one, love how McBride improved, can only get better. Yep. King Matthews. Yeah, we do have the white version of the t-shirt. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Okay. So, yeah, whoever you guys want to see us cover next, go ahead and leave it in the comment section. Leave it in the chat. So, to the replay gang, let's do our giveaway, man. Let's do our giveaway. And the first one is going to be, we're going to do one today, one on Monday. The first one is going to be our Mando pack. Shout out to our guys at Mando. Go to shopmando.com. Use our code KFTV for $5 off the starter pack. And somebody's going to get a starter pack today, man. And that comes with the Mando cleansing bar, Mount Fiji. Mando specializing in full body deodorant. You have the invisible cream deodorant. It's summertime, man. So one of you guys are going to really appreciate this, especially you guys that are working in the city, man. You jumping on the Iron Horse, in and out of there. You're sweating. You get, everything. I don't even need to describe it, but you know it, man. You got the deodorant wipes from Mando. As I said, the deodorant bar or the deodorant body wash there. Boom, boom. So there you go. So somebody's going to get that starter pack, and we're going to do it right now. Here we go. Get ready. Let's, what we're going to do is we're going to filter the chat to just franchise channel members. We're going to filter the chat to just franchise channel members just for a second. So let's do that. All right, the chat has been filtered to just channel members. TM in the chat says, please wear deodorant. Yes, please. Wait a second here. What happened to... Wait. How did I end up freezing here? Hang on. Hang on. All right. I ended up glitching out here. Hang on. Let's see. Where are we? CP, where are we? We can't see here. All right. Do we have me? No, we do not. All right, we got a little glitch here. Hang on 1 second. All right, I don't know what happened to the camera, but we roll and we adjust, man. We roll and we adjust. Here we go. Had a little glitch out, but here we are. Okay, the question is on Miles McBride. Give me the pick and the team when Miles McBride was drafted. Let's go. 2021 draft. Miles McBride was drafted by what team and what number pick? Let's go. CP the franchise. I got the backup generator on. I don't know what happened to the camera, but we rolling. What do we got? Give me the pick and the team. Pick number and the team. All right, King Matthew says it's easy. Well, throw it in the chat, man. Okay, we got a winner here. Eric L. Beats, the 36th pick to the OKC Thunder, man. Shout out to our guy, DJ Eric L. Beats. Shout out to you, Eric. And we're gonna hook you up with the Mando starter pack, man. So hit me up after this. I got your number. You got my number. It'll be a very, very easy exchange. All right? So congrats to Eric L. Beats. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Monday, we'll be back on Monday. Let us know who you guys want to profile next. Head over to the NBA report right now. Myself, Kmart, and Andrew Salp, the 1-2 combo, are going to be covering the NBA Finals, man. Dallas and the Celtics. We're going to carve that up and get to it. I got to get my camera fixed and see what's going on. So let me jump out of here. Salute to the replay gang. Remember that this show is presented by Mando. Salute to our guys at Mando. Go to shopmando.com. Use our code KFTV for $5 off the starter pack. And remember that this show is also available in audio podcast format. All right? See you guys over at the NBA report. CP the franchise. I'm out of here. Peace.